PAD.MA, Public Access Digital Media Archive. It's a project we started in about a year ago in a collaboration with 4 or 5 groups, with mostly filmmakers who had been kind of filming important stuff in the city with regards to political movements, with regards to documenting change in the urban change in the city, and especially a city like Bombay, which has changed a lot in the past 10 years. And for example, one of the organizations we work with, Majlis, they had been very rigorously Majlis.
Okay.
They had an archive project called Godam where they were doing very serious video archiving, but after a point, it was hard drives lying in their office, and they realized there was no real way to get people to access it.
So Sanjay, in a word, what you're going to do is that you are going to take video raw footage and put it online and make it shareable.
It's mostly raw footage. It's not limited only to raw footage. It's any video, but now mostly raw footage. Fully transcribed, so it's text. It's highly text searchable at the clip level, so you can find, the clip will tell you, from 5 minutes 30 seconds to 6 minutes 30 seconds, he's talking about the word you've searched for.
As of now, what do you have online? And
so we have right now about 360 videos, I think averaging about 30 to 40 minutes each. It's a broad range. It's a really broad range. There's a lot of city documentation of Bombay, stuff like Dharavi, just walking the streets. There's a lot of interviews with migrants to Bombay, etc. There's footage from this woman Jayashree, who runs something called Zaitoon Films in Bangalore. The film she made about HIV/AIDS, so it's interviews with people with HIV/AIDS, plus documentation of some conferences. The woman I work with, Shaina Anand, who's been doing a lot of video documentation of the old left kind of in Bombay and their meetings, especially post 9/11 and Gujarat. And all of that is there, and then there's some other projects like a project in surveillance in CCTV rooms in the UK. Some projects we've done with kids on water issues in Bombay. It has a broad range and it's quite nice. You can search for random words and you find something. Mostly.
On the technical level, what is your contribution? I mean, the full group's contribution.
So we're using all open source. All our code is open source. We felt
your code meaning?
I mean, the code we write is all available online. Anyone can use it in their own projects if they wish.
And what's the specific role of your code?
So, the one thing that we were very keen on doing with PAD.MA is promoting Ogtheora, which is the open source video codec, because we think it's really important, especially for archival video footage, that you encode your videos in a format that's not owned by anyone, that can be encoded and decoded freely for years to come, and it's never going to be encumbered by any patent issues, which all other codecs have, and you never know when a big corporation starts charging you tons of money to put it up. And we're really trying to use the site. Due to the site's development, there has been a lot of development on Ogtheora. For example, Jan Gerber, who works with us, he's developed something called FFmpeg to Theora, which is probably the most used tool. FFmpeg to Theora.
Okay.
It's one of
the conversion tool.
Yeah, a conversion tool to convert videos to Ogtheora. And I think, by working on this project, we've landed up building some tools that are more widely applicable. There's something called Firefog, which allows
FOGG.
It's a Firefox browser extension.
I see.
Which encodes videos on the user's machine and then uploads them.
Okay.
And especially in a country like India, this just saves tons of bandwidth, and that it's something that now even might be used by the Wikimedia Foundation, but it was kind of developed also because we need. I think you do a project like this where you have fixed deadlines and you need something, and then you realize, okay, you've built it and maybe it has application beyond your project.
Who are the groups really behind this project?
So the groups are us, which is CAMP.
CAMP, sorry?
CAMP.
What's that?
Is our organization in Bombay.
What does it stand for?
Every time you reload our webpage, it stands for something else. Our official name is Critical Art and Media Practices.
Okay.
There's the two main programmers on the site, Jan Gerber and Sebastian Ludgert from Germany. They work. They have their own project called 0xDB, which is an archive of films,
I see.
pirated films, and they also run something called the Oil of the 21st Century, which looks at intellectual property in the 21st century. There's an organization called Point of View in Bombay, which deals with women's issues. There's Majlis, which also deals with communal women issues. There's the Alternative Law Forum in Bangalore, which do a lot of good work around law. I hope I'm not forgetting any one of the collaborators, but this was a starting group, and now we're really looking forward to hand it over.
And PAD.MA stands for?
Public Access Digital Media Archive.
Thanks.
And
Thanks a lot, and all the best.